Hey yo, what's going on everyone? Hope you're all having a glorious and wonderful day today. I gotta say, this month of November has been a crazy wild one. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm just talking about my own path. Doing semen retention. I already have a whole list of things that have already gone down this month. That really just creates more change, more just evolution, really. And it's been a wild one, like I said. And to really kick things off, still doing obviously my daily disciplines every single day, transmuting my energy, and starting from now, working backwards to the beginning of this month. Man, I have been sleeping so much more. I'm talking about like 16 hours straight, still waking up feeling a bit tired, and obviously eating a lot more too. I've actually gained 20 pounds, and I don't feel like I'm fat or anything, but I still work out. But I've gained 20 pounds, eating a whole lot more, eating a lot of takeout, obviously still eating healthy. I'm not eating junk food, but my diet's definitely changed a lot this month. And like I said, I've been needing more rest, needing more sleep. I've even been sleeping up to 12 hours and finally feeling rested after that. And I've just realized in my own journey that I'm just going through a lot of inner changes right now, because I still keep doing the inner work, the daily disciplines every day, transmuting every day, journaling every day, stuff like that, meditating every day, all of it, every single day. And so the changes are very rapid, and I can feel it. I'm always evolving, and it's just crazy how much you evolve the more you stay consistent, right? But aside from eating more, and sleeping longer hours, I've also, at the beginning of this month, man, I think I went through like a whole week of just reliving everything from my past. I'm talking about when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, my mom's death, like just really diving in, asking the hard questions, facing the hard emotions, facing the hard realities of things, when I was growing up. And, throughout that time, that whole week, just letting go of all of that bullshit, it really, really helped me pretty much take off like that extra weight of heaviness, that extra weight of just gunk that was in my life that needed to be cleared out. It's kind of like cleaning out a pipe. If it's clogged, not a lot of water, can get through it. But once you clear that clog out, water just runs very, very easily through it. And that's what I was doing with my system. I was clearing out all that gunk inside my body by facing it, getting angry, journaling, talking about it, with what I like to call my purpose buddy. He was helping me getting through it, asking me the right questions, triggering me, which is what I needed to just release, and really understanding things in my own personal life from a different perspective. And with that, once I went through that intense hell week for, just feeling all that out, it was like something shifted, and then like a door opened, I was able to breathe again. And I came out changed, and I'm still learning a lot from it. That's the beauty, I guess, in this journey, is that once you go through hell, it flips around, and then you're like blessed. So that's one thing I really like. So if you're strong enough to like go through the fire, once you get through the fire, it's blessings all around, and it's a constant cycle. And that's something I keep learning too on this journey with semen retention, is that you go through cycles. You go through cycles where your energy is really high, and then it mellows out. You're in recovery mode, and then it gets high again, mellows out, and it's just this constant cycle just to keep you growing. And it's funny though, because on one of those highs, dude, I literally felt, I know I could, it wasn't just a feeling, like I witnessed changing the environment with just my presence, with my thought, with my feeling. I didn't even have to do anything. It's just amazing how much you can control reality around you when you're in those peaks. And people feel it, bro. Like, I don't even have to be dressed nice. Granted, if I'm like in a full-blown suit, Like, I mean, it matches my inner world when I'm dressed in like a full suit and just, you know, dappered out. But even without all of that, bro, like, even without all of that, like, people feel the energy. Not that I even give a damn, bro. Like, I'm here living my life. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm just doing my own fucking thing. And it's still funny, though, how, like, people still feel that shit. So that's definitely something that, you know, really caught my attention, you know, this month. Plus, I was also guided to buy over 60 plus new crystals, you know, which I personally love to work with because they alter my energy. They trigger different parts of healing within me, or even just how to transmute energy differently. So I love working with crystals. I literally bought 60 new different unique crystals that I'm working with now, pairing with now. I even have them on me now, just because I love creating new grids for myself and just seeing how my presence like changes different environments with them. And so I'm testing them out because they're really great tools, and that's just something that I've personally learned to use in my life, is those crystals. And I mean, they work. So that's another thing that I did this month. Also, a big huge perception change for me this month. For some reason, you know, I was attracted to watch this show called Animal Kingdom on Netflix, and I only had 30 days to watch all 6 seasons. So I made it my goal to knock out all 6 seasons in this month, which I did. But here's the thing. If you guys know about Animal Kingdom or anything like that, you will know, right? And this is the lesson that I got from it. Obviously, not everyone's going to get this lesson, but here's the lesson that I got from it. Because as you do semen retention, in my journey at least, I'm learning that it's about building legacy, right? That's the lesson that I keep getting, right? Building legacy. And I didn't realize this until I finished watching the show Animal Kingdom, because that's what it's all about. And the fact that Smurf, if you know who I'm talking about, otherwise just go watch the show. But anyway, Smurf, she's like this grandma, she's like this mom who runs like a crime family, right? She runs this whole business. But the one thing she failed to do was to teach her kids to stand on their own, so that when she left, the business would still run, right? They could still stand on their own feet and be completely independent of her, which is called legacy. And that's something that has really been brought to my attention, is you don't want to be the sole dependent on a business or on like something that you're creating, because as soon as you're gone, that whole thing is going to collapse and fail. Like, you need to build systems that are going to outlast you, outlive you, so that when you're gone, your mission, your purpose continues to live on through other people and throughout generations, right? And so that was my number one lesson that I needed to gain from watching Animal Kingdom, watching how her whole empire pretty much collapsed as soon as she died. And that was the core lesson that I needed to get. And so that's another thing. Check it off for the month of November that I learned, and maybe you guys will resonate with that too. I just kind of saved you some time and gave you a quick shortcut to that, but figured I'd share it in this month because, hey, this is my monthly check-in with you guys. Well, not with you guys, but just with myself, and just seeing how much I've grown. And so another thing too that I'm learning, that I have learned, that's really, synced into my head and just really just caught my attention, is don't compare your journey to anyone else. Like, I've come to the realization that I have a very unique path. I'm not going to follow everyone else. I'm not going to be like all these other guys that say they have so much energy on semen retention, when in fact I don't. If anything, like I said, I felt more tired. I need more sleep, but in other ways I am growing. In other ways I am learning to transmute. In other ways I am, creating these disciplines that keep this whole thing moving with momentum, and realizing that my journey, my purpose, it's not based on a title. It's not based on following what other people have created. It's really just following my own path. And I am completely okay with that. I am one of a kind. I'm not here to follow anyone else. And I'm okay with carving my own path. And that's something that really has synced into my mind this month. And it's just amazing to see how that change and that evolution continues to evolve. And so with that being said, I mean, that's a lot in a nutshell, but that's really what I've learned a lot this month, what I've really, captured this month. And I'm curious to see where this journey leads, guys. And a lot more is already coming, but I don't even strive for that anymore. I enjoy just working on myself so much, and then I let God guide me, let the pieces fall where they may, and they already do naturally. And so that's what I'm doing. So hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day today. Let me know how you guys are doing on your journey, and we'll keep it moving, guys. Talk to you later. Peace.